And coming right up is MMA News number 48, and we've got stories on Rico Rodriguez, and he is not a member of Bellator. Don't you say he is. We've also got stories on folks who are not retiring from the MMA, but folks who you think are retiring. But we're gonna dispel those rumors. We also have stories on the MASH unit, folks who are up on the shelf. That includes the altercation with Dan Lozan, Dan Lozan, and Jeremy Jackson, what he's going to be doing over the next quarter century of his life. All that and more coming right up. Here at Alternate Reality, we have a first day sale, and in that first day sale, I picked 7 books, and I mark them at 40% off on the day they first come out. That's right, New Comic Day. And those Magnificent 7 are made up of 4 comics and 3 trade paperbacks. Now, that's every week here at the store, so be sure to stop down and save 40% off 7 of the hottest new titles that are going to ship this week.
The Shoe Tester Gag Reflex. It's Spawn Comic Book Man with Fight News.
What an imbecile. What an ultramaroon.
Fight News, episode 48, Caught Robbing the Riverbank.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse.
This is an episode of NCIS.
It's time for
MMA News.
MMA News. And MMA News is brought to you by Alternate Reality, right here.
What's your bride?
Bri, it's my turn.
Take a drink.
Alternate Reality, just look at
And
the
I didn't get
intersection
any sleep.
of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. And our first story up in MMA News is Rico Rodriguez, and he is not a member of
Bellator Fighting Championships.
So don't say that he is.
He posted on his website that he had been signed to be part of their light heavyweight tournament that will be on MTV2. It's not true. Rico probably has some wishful thinking. Rico at one point was a really big name in MMA, and then he had a whole bunch of chemical issues and female issues. He was a member
Chemical
of,
issues?
Well, he had some drug problems, and he was also in Celebrity
Oh.
Rehab.
Too much
Yeah, I think he was
salt.
on the second episode of Celebrity Rehab. So, but he's not been signed by Bellator. Not there.
I can't imagine why.
Well, he's clean now. But,
I can't imagine
but at
why.
that point, people are going, who?
Okay, next up we've got 2 stories on people who are not retiring, but you may think that they are retiring. First one up is Strikeforce's Andre Arlovski.
Who actually, Andre Arlovski actually lives here in the city that we're taking.
Chicago. Hey, Andre, how you doing?
Now, even though he's lost 4 fights in a row, 3 of which were first-round knockouts.
Don't stop. You can do it.
On his website, he did a live video chat where he says, "I'm not retiring. I'm going to change my focus. I'm going off to Russia to train. I'm going to come back as a better fighter." But most people are going, "Andre, just give it up.
Drago!
Just give it up."
I must break
I mean, come on.
you.
must break.
4 fights, 3 knockouts. Just give it up.
Maybe you'll go to Russia and get better.
No, he won't.
You never can tell. Didn't you ever see Rocky IV? He's going to get that log, and he's going to walk up the side of the mountain in the snow.
That was a movie.
You can only do that in Russia.
That was a movie.
He's going to grow a beard.
Well, he's also Russian.
He's from Russia.
Also not retiring, and don't say that he is. Also not retiring is Roger Huerta.
Roger Huerta was the first MMA fighter to ever be on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
First.
People thought he was going
Was
to
he being
retire.
arrested?
He says, no, he's not retiring. He's still going to do some acting, and he's still hooked up with the Bellator people.
Okay.
But he's not retiring. He wanted
Not
people to know,
retiring.
I'm not done. I'm going to keep fighting. He's kind of like, it's kind of like Fedor, who a week said after the fight when he lost, he got knocked out. He goes, "I think I want to quit." And then about 2 days later, he went, "You know how much money you're giving up?" He goes, "Oh, no, you mistranslated
Mistranslation,
what I
yeah,
said. I did not mean what I said."
We did that in Week in Review. And he gave me the story, which is why I know it, because I wouldn't know otherwise.
He did not. No,
Mistranslation.
You did not. I did not mean that.
I did not mean retire. I meant retire to bed.
I mean, go for a rest. I'm going for a rest. I will keep fighting.
Next up, we got a couple of stories on the MASH unit. There are a couple of folks who have been hurt or are up on the shelf, who've gotten themselves damaged. And the first one up is Phil Davis.
Phil Davis,
who has not been hurt. Tito Ortiz was hurt.
Phil
We're
Davis,
gonna get to
he
that.
was supposed to be fighting Antonio. Well, Phil Davis was supposed to be fighting actually at one point Matt Hamill.
Yes.
Then he was pulled off that card, and
Dorothy
he has
Hamill.
now been picked to replace Tito Ortiz,
Yes.
who was going to fight on 326,
But who is hurt?
who is hurt because he was training and someone whacked him and he had stitches in his eye. Right over his eye.
Man.
And the doctors went,
How does that happen when people
those
are fighting?
stitches are not going to be out of your eyes.
That's a
By the
freak-
time
that's a
of the
freak
fight,
thing, right?
you will not be cleared. And so Phil Davis will fight Antonio Nogueira, Big Nog.
Who?
Antonio,
Who?
Big Nog. He's going
Big-
to fight
just say Big Nog.
on the 26th in Seattle, which will be a free show on Spike TV.
Let me explain something
You should
to you.
use eggnog.
I think I could be wrong.
Oh,
about
you don't
this.
even know who
no,
Big
no, no,
Nog
no, no,
is.
no, no, no. Listen to me. Listen.
You
to
don't
me.
even eat eggnog.
Listen to me.
Oh, listen,
Listen to me.
some
Listen to
wisdom.
me.
Some
There
wisdom.
may be a reason why he's referred to as Big Nog as opposed to what's his real name?
Antonio Rogerio.
I think you're answering the question right there. That's why they call him Big Nog.
He's got a really big head.
Well,
You ever
that
seen
too,
the
but they
man?
don't have to
The
say.
man's got a head.
They don't
the
have to
size of a
say.
his full name, Antonio Rodrigo.
Well,
And
that's
he also,
exactly.
he also has a brother, and so sometimes they get confused.
call him
Exactly.
Little Nog.
Exactly. We can call you
They
Bocephus.
actually call him Little Nog.
We can call you Bocephus, or we can just say, "Hey, stupid."
Well,
and you know,
hey.
it would.
Anyway,
Either one works. Okay.
Tell him
Next
the last
up,
nice bone in his body. Just-
Dan Lorzen.
Dan Lozon.
Dan Lozan.
They call him-
Dan
They
Lozan.
call him medium.
Dan
rare.
Lozon, brother of current UFC lightweight Joe Lozon.
And we know, yes, he's not in the UFC right now.
No,
right?
he was in the UFC.
He was
got cut.
He's not.
So
But this is the MASH unit, and
Right.
something bad has
a
happened.
week ago, he was at a nightclub. He was out in the parking lot. A fight broke out, and someone grabbed a knife and stabbed him in the shoulder.
Right there.
And he went to the hospital, and his brother was training, and he actually had a little bruise. He came into the same hospital, and he looked over. He goes, "Why is my brother here?" He goes, "Oh,
A knife fight.
I got stabbed in the arm." So he's recovering, but he's getting better.
Well, good. Good for
He
him.
learned a new
Good for him.
technique.
Yes.
And
avoid
finally-
knives.
Just gonna stab his
And
opponent.
finally, our last story involves Jeremy Jackson, who is getting 25 years to life for sexual assault.
Oh,
Jeremy,
that's the
Jeremy
guy.
Jackson was on a season of Ultimate Fighter. Jeremy Jackson was the guy, if you've ever watched the show, he was
Yes.
the guy who jumped over the wall in the Vegas house to go visit a girlfriend. Dana White came to the house, cut a promo, and fired him. He was sentenced by a Ventura County, California judge
Yes.
to 25 years to life for sexual assault. He pled guilty 2 years ago for charges that he raped his ex-girlfriend during attempted burglary.
Is this
Although-
the same one you just got?
Same guy.
Raped his
No, same guy,
ex-girlfriend
but is it the
and
same
attempted
charge? Or
burglary?
is it different?
It's the same. It's basically all part of the same charge.
It took him 2 years to sentence him?
He's been in jail for 2 years.
Yeah, but it took 2 years to
It
sentence
took
him?
2 years for him to get to the point where basically they kept telling him, "Are you going to say it?" And he finally admitted he said I did it, but his lawyer said, "No, we have proof that you didn't do it." But he basically got tired of being locked up for a year and a half, 2 years.
So you want to be
So
like
he wanted to stay for 25 more.
So he said,
Hey, I'm
yes.
starting to like this place.
He said, "Yes, I did it."
Well, and you know, that's why we love MMA people, because they're
They're so
Well, see,
stable. They're so stable.
and then I watched that season of Ultimate Fighter when he jumped over the fence, and Jeremy is pretty stupid. So this actually works. You jumped over the fence to go meet a girl you met when you were out training, got kicked off the show in grand fashion.
I want to stay. I like the food.
Yeah.
A lot of PhDs in the MMA.
So that's it. That's it. We are done. We're finished. We're out of here. We got no more MMA fight news, but you go to the store's website and you can check out all of the MMA fight news that this guy sends me that I post up. And where is the store's website at?
Sarah knows all this stuff.
www.myalternatereality.com. I heard they used it to stop prison riots.
So stop off at the store's website and check out all of his news. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man, once again substituting for Uncle Pete, who is,
Where
as
is he now?
always, out on the road. You know where he is.
Tell
You
him to
know
get
where
a
he is.
job, but he actually has to sit on his butt.
You didn't just show up at the rodeo. You know what's going on. He's out on the
I
road.
hate rodeos, by the way.
We'll do
Anyway.
this, they can't be done.
Hi, Uncle Pete. This is Comic Book Man saying bye. Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.